At your end, I would have preferred the people, carrying out the entire mechanism and arriving at the final products. But yet again, the time you spent over condensation reactions, at least in the elementary cases, you could right away draw the aldol, considering the fact that in the aldol we are able to identify one half of the molecule acting as the acceptor, and that carbonyl mature into an OH group, and the other half acting as the nucleophile and sticking to that particular carbon. So as you could see, if a mixture of carbonyls, ethanol and propanol is subjected to dilute OH minus, you will have two self-aldol products, both of them have alpha hydrogen, so you will have two self products and two cross products, yes or no? Now the two self products would be one CF3CHOH, CF2CHO, please be attentive. But all of you understand it is the self-aldol of ethanol, where this part of this ethanol molecule has acted as the acceptor and have attached itself to the alpha carbon of another ethanol molecule. Similarly, for propanol, it's going to be CF3CH2, CHOH, and then I'll attach it to the alpha carbon of the other molecule. Now these two are self-aldol products. Yes or no? Now the third one would be when this is acting as the acceptor and that is generating alpha hydrogen, this is acting as the acceptor and that's acting as the nucleophile, yes or no? And with this acting as the acceptor, realize it's going to be CF3CHOH, and then I'll attach it to the alpha carbon of this molecule, which is CHCHO, CF3, and the fourth product might well be this generating the nucleophile and this acting as the acceptor, and generally I write the acceptor to the left half of the molecule. So conventionally acting this as the acceptor, taking this as the acceptor, now propanol and this carbon would mature to an OH, and I'll attach the alpha carbon of this molecule, and I would understand that 3 and 4 are cases of crossed aldol. 3 and 4 are cases of crossed aldol. 1 and 2 are self-aldol products. Yes or no? Yes or no? So this you could see is self-aldol of ethanol. This is the self-aldol of propanol, and 3 and 4 are crossed aldol of ethanol and propanol, where ethanol is acted as the acceptor, propanol as the nucleophile. Here you find propanol acting as the acceptor and ethanol generating the nucleophile. Now over a period of time, believe me, over a period of time, I will want people to be at great ease while drawing these structures. Believe me, it's going to come out of the time you spent over reaction mechanism, the number of times you do it of your own, and it's recommended while drawing the mechanism. You'll want to be very particular about steps. You'll want to draw the structures neat and big. Alright, I was happy so many of you could already could draw it of your own, but the rest of you would want to draw the structures neatly, clearly. Believe me, that's going to help you, and being more confident about right away drawing the structures. Believe me, every time I draw an aldol, I just confirm if I have drawn a beta hydroxy compound or not, and all of them alpha beta evidently are beta hydroxy carbonyls. Fine. You understand, both of them are having alpha hydrogen, you end up having 4 products. So try to answer this. What do you think? Whenever I carry out an aldol of this kind, do I want 1 2 or 3 4? Do I want product of the kind 1 2 or I want product of the kind 3 4? You all make out? You all understand this? That 1 and 2 are self-aldol products, and to get either 1 or 2, I will not need a mixture of carbonyls. Certainly if I need 1, I will work with ethanol only. If I need 2, I will work with propanol only. So if I am working with a mixture of ethanol and propanol, it's with an objective of getting 3 or 4? Yes or no? So you need to figure out, you need to agree that an aldol of this kind will be performed if I need crossed aldol product. Let's also understand that naturally, please be attentive, naturally the yield and count of crossed aldol will be more than self-aldol. We'll want to take a note of this, that naturally the count and yield of crossed aldol products, would be more than self-aldol products. ठीक है? And although I told you that the crossed aldol product is going to be more than the self aldol product, I also want the people to completely realize that whenever I'm carrying out an aldol of this kind with a mixture of carbonyls, I certainly am looking for the crossed aldol product and not for the self aldol product. Talking of problem 7. Now out here you find benzaldehyde having no alpha hydrogen. Benzaldehyde having no alpha hydrogen. If benzaldehyde doesn't have any alpha hydrogen, self aldol of benzaldehyde is ruled out. इसका self aldol नहीं होगा, इसका self aldol नहीं होगा, or it cannot generate a nucleophile. It cannot generate a nucleophile. It can only act as an acceptor. It can only act as an acceptor. So how many products then? 2, certainly. 1 where this will be in self aldol, ethanol ka self aldol. So product 1 would be CH3CHOH, CH2CHO, self aldol of ethanol, and product 2 would be, because it can act only as the acceptor, this will act as the acceptor and this will act as the nucleophile. This will generate the nucleophile and this acting as the acceptor. Well, it's going to give you CHOH, CH2CHO. We have seen this maturing to croton aldehyde. This might lose water to form. This might lose water. This will lose water to form ring, CH, double bond CH, CHO, an alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl. Conjugation here. Yet again a very popular compound. What is this compound called? A very popular compound. What is this compound called? Anyone? You're disappointing me now. You're disappointing me now. A very popular compound. See if you have heard of cinnamaldehyde. Cinnamaldehyde, a very popular compound. Now the aldol, the crossed aldol, you understand this is the self aldol and this is the crossed aldol. The crossed aldol will get dehydrated to cinnamaldehyde. And yet again, don't you think, I'm carrying out this reaction. I'm carrying out this reaction not to get croton aldehyde, not to get the self aldol, but because when I want cinnamaldehyde, yes or no? The yield of crossed aldol will be high, and I'll be carrying out these reactions if and when I need the crossed aldol product. Now, before we talk of more variations, let me tell you, a crossed aldol of this kind, involving an aromatic aldehyde or a ketone and aliphatic aldehyde or a ketone. A crossed aldol of this kind, involving an aromatic aldehyde or a ketone and aliphatic aldehyde or ketone is called Claisen-Smith. This crossed aldol involving an aromatic aldehyde or a ketone and aliphatic aldehyde or a ketone is called Claisen-Smith. So the mechanism of Claisen-Smith in all likelihood will be very similar, rather identical to the mechanism of aldol, where the aromatic carbonyl will act as the acceptor and the aromatic carbonyl will generate the nucleophile. Yes or no? Now moving on. Out here it's just 2 products. Out here it's only 2 products. And you understand that I'm essentially carrying out this crossed aldol, which I call Claisen-Smith now, is with an objective to get cinnamaldehyde, the crossed aldol product. Now tell me, although the crossed aldol will be product more than the self aldol, still you realize in both the reactions will end up with a mixture of aldol, will end up with a mixture of products, and we understand that for synthetic requirements we will be carrying out crossed aldol. Don't you think, unlike other reactions, this condensation, the way we're dealing with Grignard, it gives you a wonderful opportunity to bring 2 molecules close to each other and get a desired structure. Yes or no? So aldol or condensations might well be very well used for very synthetic reactions to get compounds of commercial requirements. And then, while carrying it out commercially, we'll want to be very particular about obtaining what I need. We'll avoid ending up with a mixture of byproducts, and rather we'll want to figure out ways by which I get more or completely all of the crossed aldol product I need. And this is where we'll know about more reagents, one of the popular reagents, helping us in arriving at a desired aldol condensation product or the dihydrogen product is going to be heard of LDA? LDA, the abbreviated form of lithium diisopropylamine. LDA is lithium diisopropylamine. Lithium diisopropylamine, and the way it sounds, it's going to be the lithium salt of diisopropylamine. Lithium salt of diisopropylamine. Diisopropyl is going to make it a 2-degree amine, and this must be the amine to begin with. A 2-degree amine, see, attached to two isopropyl groups, so it's diisopropylamine, and LDA sounding like the lithium salt of diisopropylamine. So LDA, we expect it to look like with this hydrogen gone N minus Li plus. This is going to be the structure of LDA. Let's understand, it's going to be a very strong base, and would help us in carrying out crossed aldol. We'll see how. Now, before we began with any of the condensation reactions, I told you about that equilibria, where carbonyls will lose alpha hydrogen, some of the molecules would exist as acceptor, the rest of the molecules would be forming the nucleophile. Yes or no? Now, if you work with a very strong base, now because I'm talking more about the crossed aldol products, I want to buy some space here. Maybe let's ignore the self aldol products. Let's focus only upon the crossed aldol products 3 and 4, and an equilibria of this kind, where you have some of the molecules in this form acting as the acceptor and the rest of the molecules acting as the enolate, is what is responsible for any condensation reaction. Yes or no? Treating with a base, you arrive at a situation where some of the molecules are of this form, considering it's an equilibria, will act as the acceptor, and the rest of the molecules will act as the nucleophile. Now what happens is, if I use a particularly strong base, if suppose I use a very strong base like LDA, it's going to make this equilibria almost irreversible. Realize, if I take LDA or I treat an LDA, a carbonyl with a very strong base like LDA, now suddenly it becomes kind of irreversible, and it's going to extract alpha hydrogen from all the molecules. Suppose I treat a carbonyl with LDA. If I treat a carbonyl with LDA, all alpha hydrogen will be gone, and then that carbonyl can act only as the nucleophile. It can no longer act as the acceptor. If I treat a carbonyl with something like LDA, which is a very strong base, I'm kind of ruling out the possibility of that carbonyl to act as an acceptor. Now suppose I have to, get a crossed aldol product, and before I progress, I want to just confirm all of you are figuring out that this crossed aldol is about ethanol accepting and propanol losing alpha hydrogen, whereas this is about propanol acting as the acceptor and ethanol losing alpha hydrogen. Yes or no? I want either 3 or 4, and suppose I want 3 exclusively. I want only this crossed aldol. Don't you think the sequence of reactions should be, because I want all of propanol to act as the nucleophile, I don't want propanol to act as the acceptor. Don't you think to get 3, the sequence of reactions should be, I'll take propanol and I'll add LDA to it. I'll convert all propanol molecules to the corresponding nucleophile. Yes or no? So all molecules of propanol will get rid of alpha hydrogen. All of them will be converted to enolate, and this can act only as the nucleophile. And if it acts only as the nucleophile, the corresponding enolate of propanol, when instead of writing all of it, I could have drawn the enolate. All the molecules, get converted to the enolate form, and because no molecule is going to act as an acceptor when I add ethanol to this, well, I'm letting all ethanol molecules act as the acceptor, and all of the propanol molecules would act as the nucleophile, and I would limit it. I would increase the yield of this particular aldol. Yes or no? Similarly, when it comes to forming 4 exclusively, the sequence is going to be, now this time I want ethanol to act as the nucleophile. So to ethanol, I'll add LDA, getting CS2 minus CHO of all the molecules of ethanol, and then I'll add propanol to it, so that propanol could effectively act as the acceptor and give more of compound 4. Here also, in Claisen-Smith, well, I want cinnamaldehyde, that's why I'm carrying out Claisen-Smith. If I needed this, I would not have worked with benzaldehyde, I would have worked only with ethanol. Although 2 will be formed more than 1, I told you crossed aldol is going to be more than self-aldol, still if I want to rule out the possibility of 1, or if I want to increase the concentration of 2, I know I want ethanol to act as the nucleophile, and maybe to get more of 2, I'll add LDA to ethanol. And when I add LDA to ethanol, CS3CHO with LDA, and I get all of them converted to CS2 minus CHO, and then when it's going to react with benzaldehyde, you'll get the crossed aldol exclusively. Yes or no? Because I'm converting all molecules to, it's not an equilibrium anymore, it's a strong base converting all molecules to the enolate. I'm ruling out ethanol acting as the acceptor. All the molecules are converted to the enolate. I hope you all are following me. I don't understand how LDA is going to be so instrumental in getting one particular crossed aldol. Fair enough. We'll know more about LDA. We'll see more applications of LDA. For the time being, let's move to a couple of more variations with the same approach, same mechanism. Let's deal with dicarbonyls. Actually lost count. You did problem number 7. See, because you have been copying so effectively, this is the 8th one. Let's talk of a dicarbonyl, which means compound having a couple of carbonyl groups. Say 2,6-heptane dione. I am treating with dilute OH minus. Tell me how many products are possible. A ring formation will happen? Yes, very true. Very true. Because the molecule is containing 2 moles of 2 carbonyl groups in a dicarbonyl, it will not need 2 moles. Yes or no? Maybe one half of the molecule will lose alpha hydrogen and attack another part of the molecule. One half of the molecule will lose alpha hydrogen and react with another half of the molecule. And with this particular structure, 2,6-heptane dione, tell me how many products you expect. One half of the molecule could lose alpha hydrogen, the other half could act as the acceptor. It's going to result in a ring formation, lead to a ring formation. Now, how many products are possible? 1 or 2? First of all, you realize that it's a symmetrical molecule with respect to carbonyl. So both carbonyl are equivalent. Both carbonyl are equivalent. So we don't need to bother which will act as the acceptor and which will act as the nucleophile generator. Yes or no? You realize both carbonyls are equivalent, so any of them could act as the acceptor. That's not our concern. Now, say I take this as the acceptor, then I take this as the acceptor, and then this is supposed to lose alpha hydrogen. Now don't you find 2 alpha carbon and 2 sites of alpha hydrogen loss? Yes or no? And instead of doing it 2 times, I'll again count upon your intelligence, and right away I would show you both possible enolate. There could be an enolate at this carbon or an enolate at this carbon. Yes or no? And maybe an intramolecular aldol, I'm talking of intramolecular aldol, an intramolecular aldol of this kind is, so say, going to give you a 4-membered ring. An intramolecular aldol of this kind is going to give you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-membered ring. So 2 products possible. 2 products possible. Maybe at your end you will want to carry out all these steps independently. I want to give you the 2 possible products the way I have been doing it. If this possibility A, I will talk of product A, where yet again if you keep things simple, if you draw the structures neatly and clearly, chances are you will end up with a 4-membered ring. You will end up with a 4-membered ring, where the carbon acting as the acceptor is would mature to an OH group. You will need to have a methyl branching there, and if this is the carbon which has come and attached itself, might well be this carbon to which you will want to attach a C double bond OCH3. Yes or no? And then finally you will check if you have drawn a beta hydroxy compound or not. You will just check if you have drawn a beta hydroxy compound or not. So what you get is certainly a beta hydroxy compound, Now this would get dehydrated, to say a product of this kind, an alpha beta unsaturated compound. Possibility B, where this carbon would lose hydrogen, generating the corresponding enolate, and then you could see it's going to give you a 6-membered ring out of intramolecular aldol. Yet again, if you do it clinically, if this is the carbon which accepted, going to mature to OH, you will want to have a branching of methyl here, and this time if this is the carbon which came and attached itself, you will know carbon next to it, is going to be a carbonyl group. Yes or no? So this intramolecular aldol is going to give you a 6-membered ring, and yet again you will want to confirm that eventually what you end up drawing is a beta hydroxy compound. This again would undergo dehydration readily, giving you the corresponding alpha beta unsaturated compound. You want to feel more confident, more comfortable by trying it out of your own a couple of times. But I need all of you to agree that intramolecular aldol here would result in 2 products. And what do you reckon between A and B, which should be the major aldol? B, because great, a 6-membered ring is going to be more stable. And believe me, these topics which are so popular among examiners even, don't expect at every point of time, don't expect always a straightforward problem where you will be expected to draw the aldol. Chances are they will begin with this compound. They might tell you there is a compound A. Now this with dilute OH minus is giving you this compound, and they will want you to find the structure of A. So you will have to carry out what's called retroaldol. And very quickly you will have to visualize this as a beta hydroxy compound, realize that if this is coming out of a dilute OH of dilute OH minus, A might very well be a dicarbonyl. A might very well be a dicarbonyl. Maybe this will help if you, the way I told you, you could always break it. You could always break it at this point, and this could be an easier way of right away reaching to this point. I'm going to help you with tricks every now and then. I told you you'll want to take a carbonyl, alpha hydrogen, take away water, and then get the final dehydration product. So this might be of great help, where you'll write for the dehydration product and you would visualize that I was getting this dehydration product by bringing the two carbonyls closer, where one carbonyl double bond O was used and another carbonyl alpha hydrogen was used. So this might fetch you the initial compound. But before that, it has to trigger the thought process that, well, if this is the product, a beta hydroxy cyclic compound, after treatment with dilute OH minus, this might very well be a dicarbonyl compound. So only if the picture is very clear in the forward direction, you'd be able to travel back. And even, interpret a retroaldol. We'll talk about retroaldol also. For the time being, maybe another variation. Just could rub all of it. I'm sure all of you have copied all of it. Previously, I used to have people who would be slow at copying down things, people who would be pretty absorbed in following things and would request a little more time to copy down things, but you people are more organized. And most of you have taken down the number 9 out here. Barring a few. So it's problem number 9. Alright, this dicarbonyl 1,6-hexane diol with dilute OH minus, and how many products are possible? How many products are possible? 1. Yet again, the molecule looks symmetrical, and it doesn't matter which CHO is going to act as the acceptor, because both carbonyl are equivalent. And then, because both carbonyls are equivalent and you just have one alpha hydrogen taking one as the nucleophile, you realize there's going to be just one product. It's just about time, you start doing it more comfortably. If this is the site of loss of alpha hydrogen and generation of enolate, and if this is going to attack this carbon, and would mature to an aldol, intramolecular aldol will give you a 5-membered ring. This time you get a 5-membered ring. When you get a 5-membered ring, and you know that this is the carbon which is the acceptor because it has matured to an OH group. This is the carbon which acted as the acceptor. Certainly this is the carbon which came and attached itself, and if this is the carbon which came and attached itself, you will want to add a CHO to this and see if you get a beta hydroxy carbonyl or not. See if you get a beta hydroxy carbonyl or not. You're getting a beta hydroxy carbonyl. Now this beta hydroxy carbonyl, the aldol product would get dehydrated to certainly this alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl. Okay? Problem 10. Tell me, how many products are you expecting here?